Hey everyone, welcome back to Wake Up with Jacob. Today we're going to be talking about relationships. So my sister the other night had called me and told me about some problems she was having, and she was really upset. So of course I went into protective brother mode and told her she's great, nothing's wrong, don't worry, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, things will work out or they won't, giving her all of this advice and just telling her to pull through it. But when I got off the phone, I realized that it wasn't sitting well with me because I'm good at helping other people through these kind of situations, but when it comes to my own relationships, I'm just not good at dealing with breakups and heartbreak. Now, trying to live a life of positivity, I felt that I needed to now find out how I can turn a horrible situation like a breakup, something that's so negative, into a positive. And when I first sat down and started thinking about it, I basically told myself I was crazy because there is nothing positive about heartbreak or breakups. I mean, in my past relationships, I've had times where I have spiraled so far down, hit the bottom, and stayed there, and the sight was so horrid to see. I don't know how you could ever find any positive in a breakup or heartbreak, but I sat myself down and I made myself think about it. And what came out of it was I came up with 5 do's and don'ts when going through a breakup or a heartbreak. And I think that this is going to open up your eyes to maybe a way to deal with a breakup and to pull some positivity out of it instead of getting crazy and depressed and eating ice cream on your couch alone. So, here it is. First do and don't is do let your emotions out, but don't let them take over. Basically, we have emotions and we need to let them out. So if you're angry, yell, scream. If you're sad, cry, let it all out. Beat up your couch if you need to. I've done it before. It really helps sometimes. But let out those emotions. It's not negative to have these emotions. It's just negative to let the emotions take over. So get mad. Get mad, get angry, get sad, but don't let that take over and put you into that downward spiral. The second do and don't is do identify the problems in the relationships, but don't blame yourself. Now, it's so easy when you're breaking up with somebody to start seeing what the problems are and then saying, oh, I could have done this better, oh, I should have done this, oh, I should have done that. Come on, let's not do that. Identify the problems because you need to know what happened to cause the breakup or the fight or whatever. You need to know so in the future you don't do it again, but don't blame yourself. There's 2 people in the relationship. It's not all you. You can't get down on yourself because then you're just going to get even more depressed, and what did I say? You don't want to sit on the couch and eat ice cream all the time. Alright, now on to the third do and don't, which coincides with the second. Do try and see what you can do better, but don't blame the other person. So, I know we're not blaming ourselves, but we do need to identify what we can do better later, because really, in this world, we can only change ourselves. So, identify what we can do better in maybe a future situation or a future relationship, or if we decide to stay with this person, what we can do better next time, but don't blame the other person because really we don't need to place any blame on anybody. I know maybe the other person did something wrong and there usually is situations like that, but doing that is just going to bring more negativity in a situation. So identify what you can do better later and just let go of the other person's problems. The fourth do and don't is do identify what you liked, but do not focus on the bad. Now, you need to know what you liked in the relationship. You need to know what you liked in all your past relationships so that you can identify what you want in a person in the future or in a relationship. And so you need to do that, but not focus on the bad, because if you just focus on the bad, then that's more of that downward spiral and more negativity. And this brings us to our last do and don't, which is do know that there is a future. If you want to be with that person, then try to make it work. Maybe you need to start another relationship, but what you don't want to do is hold on to something when it's already over. I've seen myself and other people hold on to relationships for reasons like there's been so much time invested, or they feel bad breaking up with the other person. And we can't do that. When we know it's over, then just let it be over. Sometimes it'll take you longer to realize that it's over. Sometimes it won't. But when you know, and you have to let go. So I'm hoping that you can take all this information and maybe use some of it. I know it's helped me tremendously. I'm going to have a great tool, and if I go through another breakup, hopefully I don't have to, but most likely I will. But even if none of this will work for you and you don't think that that's something that you can do, I'm hoping this will open you up to start thinking about that, thinking about how you can take a negative situation like a breakup and turn it into positive. Thanks so much for joining me. Leave some comments if you want. Don't forget, follow me on Twitter at WakeWithJake, Facebook.com/WakeUpWithJacob. Like me, be my fan, and of course, this is my blog, wakeupwithjacob.wordpress.com. Bye.